An interesting aspect of traveling with a group, for us at least, is that you become more familiar with your travel companions and sometimes you like to pick on each other.
Don't jump. Don't jump. Oh, God, don't jump. How many
God. Jump, sorry.
You've driven me to the edge. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's hard to miss that first iconic view of the Sydney Opera House, even from the air, as we found out on our arrival into Sydney. The morning of our first full day, we boarded the bus for a tour around the city. And our first major viewpoint was the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge from the Botanical Gardens. And we're going to talk more about the Opera House, the bridge, and the Botanical Gardens a little bit later, because we're actually going to go on an Opera House tour. Our next stop was to take in panoramic views of the Tasman Sea at the Gap in Watson's Bay.
This is the Gap.
The Don Ritchie Grove is a
Sydney Harbour.
dedicated memorial space to honor Don Ritchie, the Angel of the Gap. From 1964 until his death in 2012, Don Ritchie would watch for people walking along the cliffs who seemed to be distressed. He would then approach them with a warm smile and ask a question such as, "Would you like to come over for a cup of tea?" Don Ritchie is officially credited with saving 180 people. He was awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in 2006 for his efforts. Our morning excursion also included a visit to Macquarie Lighthouse, Australia's first lighthouse. Next, it was time to take in a little surf culture and golden sand at Bondi Beach before heading back into Sydney for lunch. All right, so let's see yours. What did you end up getting? You got the bullfighter, and I don't even remember.
What did you get?
Lamb. I got lamb. And one's a triple chocolate baklava, and the other is a pistachio baklava.
So this is part of that tank stream, that fresh water that you were talking about.
Sydney Opera House sits on Bennelong Point. In 1956, 233 designs were submitted for the Opera House Design Competition. In January of 1957, Jorn Utzon was announced the winner. He won £5,000 for his design. The original estimate for building was 7 million Australian dollars, and the final cost was 102 million Australian dollars. Visitors to the Opera House pedestrian walk can get beautiful views of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, but you may also choose a more up-close and personal experience with a Harbour Bridge climb. Now it's finally time to go for a tour of the interior of the Sydney Opera House, followed by a Sydney Harbour cruise. The flexibility of the studio makes it one of the more versatile of the 7 venues in the Opera House. This room can be reconfigured for a variety of performance needs. During our tour, we learned that there are 1,056,006 self-cleaning roof tiles that cover an area of approximately 1.62 hectares. The highest roof shell of the Sydney Opera House is 67 meters above sea level, which is the equivalent of a 22-story building. The venues that you get to visit during your tour are dependent upon performance schedules, so we were pleased when we learned that we would actually get to visit the concert hall, the largest venue at the Sydney Opera House. There are 2,679 seats in this venue. The concert hall grand organ is the largest mechanical organ in the world with 10,154 pipes. It took 10 years to complete the grand organ. We were even more pleased to learn that tickets were still available for the following evening's performance of Bach's St. Matthew Passion, performed with the Sydney Philharmonia Choir. After purchasing our tickets, we embarked on a Captain Cook Sydney Harbour dinner cruise. We are very much looking forward to our free day in Sydney tomorrow to be able to explore more of the city, as well as to return to the Opera House for the performance. We hope you'll stay with us.